Oral, in the same, we can make meeting with the people, we can do conference and seminar, we converse with telephone and with presentation. And written means brochure, invitation, press release, advertisement, report, email, fax, and letter. Internal communication means to the people who are working with you on the same place, in the same company, in the same industry. And external communication means the people who are outside. If I am working in this company, suppose we have to talk to your parents, we need to talk to the universities, we need to talk to the affiliations body, accreditation bodies. That comes in the external communication. And the people who are working with me in the same organization, in the same company, that is called internal communication. When I am communicating with them, either in the oral form or in the written form, that is called internal communication. And the people who are outside my organization and I need to communicate with them, I can do through oral as well as I can do through the written form. Is it clear? Is it clear
Yes,
to
sir.
again, when we can talk about what effective communication is, till now we are talking about communication, but now also we need to understand what is effective communication. In hotel industry, in professional world, in multinational companies, only doing communication is not enough. We need to be effective, we need to be very impressive in our communication. And effective communication is a two-way process. Two-way process means that both need to be active, both need to be involved. It is not that I only speak, the other person is not doing. As you people are not responding, so it becomes one-way communication. But if you people involve and you also contribute, you also make these things interesting, then it becomes a two-way process. Sending the right message and to the right person. If I'm communicating with you, if people are communicating, and other person is also replying, the other person is also taking attention and putting his effort, then definitely we understand the communication is happening between right person, and the right message is communicating between sender and the receiver. It is important to know the psychology of the people you are interacting with for communication to be effective. We need to understand the psychology. For example, if we are talking to the people who are 60 years old, 70 years old, we need to understand that what kind of psychology they have, what they want to listen, what information can be effective and impressive for them. And if we are talking to the people who are 20 years old, who are 15 years old, how we can make our communication effective with them, we need to understand the psychology of people. And for communication to be effective, it is necessary to know the circumstances of the country entity. Sometimes we need to communicate the people outside the country. And in that country, what is the culture? What are the words they use? What kind of language they use? What kind of behavior they have? We need to understand. And if we understand it and considering these things, we make our communication more effective. Effective communication includes all the aspects of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic language to appeal the listener. If people are Punjabi, they are more interested to listen Punjabi language to understand, because we always understand in our mother language. If our mother language is Hindi, we need that the communication should be in Hindi. If our mother language is Punjabi, we need anything to be make us understand, it should be in the mother tongue. And we need effective communication includes all the aspects of visual. If you want to people make your what you want to say, make them or retain them, you can use visuals, you can use audio, you can use the language which appeal to them. If the person is more comfortable in Punjabi, we need to use Punjabi when we are going to communicate with them. And if we have to give the definition of effective communication, it is the communication which produce intended or desired result. Effective communication means if I want to talk to you and if my communication is effective and what I want you should do after my communication, definitely I can get the desired result. I can get the results If I want to talk to you and I am talking what I know that I should talk to you, definitely after communication, after conversation with you, I can get what I want to get through my communication. Uses of effective communication. Effective communication helps to understand a person or situation in a better way. When we do effective communication, we try to understand that if the person is saying this, why he is saying this, and how this thing is important to you. It enables us to solve the difference, build trust and respect in the organization. If they in the organization, we need to interact with the number of people. There are some seniors, there are some juniors, there are some four class people, there are people who are working under you, and there are people whom you are working. Then it makes us to understand. It build trust and respect in the organization. It solve the differences. If you do effective communication, you make your point clear to the other person make his or her point clear to you. So it makes your communication effective and it builds trust. People understand you that definitely you are going to be you what you are saying that is effective in all its way. Sometimes our message is misunderstood or we misunderstand the received message. Effective communication helps us to resolve all problems with both points of view. Sometimes it happens that, as we said, in communication, it is very common that when we are communicating, we are sometimes in English, every word has more than one meaning. For me, maybe this word has this meaning. But when I use this word in my communication, you people as my receiver can give another meaning to my word. And in that case, if I have another meaning for my word and you have another meaning for your word, for that particular word, then in that case, the message can be misunderstood. I can misunderstand or you can misunderstand, but when we do effective communication, it helps us to resolve problems with both points of view. That my point of view is this, your point of view is this, you are right at your point, I am right at my point, and we both can make our point clear with our explanation. Effective communication helps us to connect well with kids, spouse, boss, colleagues, etc. It is effective communication is not only required in the company. It is required everywhere. It is required at home. It is required in the workplace. It is required in the market. It is required when you are dealing with the strange people, with your customers, with your client. If you have effective communication art, definitely you can handle any situation. It helps us in decision making. If we do communication effectively, we can make decisions. We can take decisions. We can resolve any conflict. We can go and think any possible way. Is it clear to everyone? Mehak and Sahajpreet, you start the meeting and you people remain in the lecture throughout. The others come and they disappear. So I really respect your contribution, and when I say you understand my my meaning and my call is for you people that you got the idea. Mehak and Sahajpreet Singh,
Yes, sir.
and keep my words. Sahajpreet, you are there. Sahajpreet Singh,
Yes, sir.
Sahajpreet, maybe you are in touch with the other boys, and Mehak, you are in touch with the other girls. Please convey my message to them that this time, if